All right, thanks a lot, Natalie. Real-life married actors Emily Blunt and John Krasinski star in a new silent but deadly film.
And then pro wrestler John Cena teams up with Leslie Mann and Ike Barinholtz to intervene with their daughter's plans on prom night. That's the basic plot of the story, but
yes.
we're going to start with Mike.
Let's start off with A Quiet Place. This stars John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. John Krasinski actually directed it. In real life, Blunt are married, by the way. The basic plot of this movie, it's Earth, and some creatures have arrived that have almost wiped out the planet. What they do is these creatures cannot see, but any sound that they hear, they immediately attack, which means that the entire family has to keep silent. Any sound brings the creatures. Now, their family has an advantage because one of their daughters is deaf, so they actually know sign language, so they can communicate throughout and tell each other things. But they are literally constantly on pins and needles. They have to walk barefoot everywhere they go because any sound they make will bring these like 10 feet tall creatures, which will immediately just kill them. And so you find yourself on the edge of your seat with any little sound. There you see like one of the little boys playing with a toy, and you're terrified. What's going to happen? Is this kid going to get hurt or killed, frankly, or not? This is one of the best horror thrillers I've seen in a long time. Wow. It kept me on the edge of my seat. You know, the silence was just loud. In terms of like any slight sound, you were immediately terrified. Is this going to bring the creatures that will destroy the family? And also the ingenious ways that the parents came up with to protect themselves and mute any kind of noise that they may make. I just cannot rave enough about this film. Krasinski directed it. He's a fantastic director. In terms of, you know, it's just a great film that I give a 9.5 out of 10.
I thought you were going 10.
And look, I'm not a fan of horror movies, and this is not like a typical. The horror is in the silence. That's the great thing. The next movie to talk about, though, is called Blockers. This is a comedy starring Leslie Mann, John Cena, and a group of young actresses. The basic plot line is these 3 high school students, girls, on prom night get together and they decide to make a pact on what they'll do. I think you can kind of figure out, being very vague on purpose since we're on morning television. But the parents find out about it through their text messages and try to block what's going to happen on that night. And it's the 3 actresses who play who are in this movie are fantastic. Their chemistry is wonderful and delightful, and everybody is I mean, it's a silly comedy, but everybody's given a very full character and respectful, and you understand where everybody is coming from. Of course, it's now raunchy rumor at times. I also like this movie. I have to give it an 8 out of 10. So it's a good comedy. So if you want a comedy, bless you, a comedy or a horror thriller, you got 2 good choices for this weekend.
Awesome. Sorry, all that pollen. Thanks so much. Yeah, it looks like great weekend for movies. All right, stay with us.